Hello, I'm Michal.
And I'm Matouš.
And we are Afterward Gamers. What is Afterward Gamers? Well, it's just the two of us. Two nerdy Czech guys who like to fire up their gaming machines even after a long day of work. This podcast is our way to blow off some steam, share opinions, and rant on video games and video games industry, and sometimes spice it up with a little bit of a pop culture.
You can listen to our podcast, of course, here on YouTube, sometimes with a video of us. But you can also listen to this on all major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and so much more.
And if you would like to see what's happening behind the scenes or be notified about the newest episode, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Be sure to also give us a comment under the post on our social media or here on YouTube. We would like to know your opinion on the stuff we talk about in the episode.
Yeah, we're really looking forward for you to listen to our podcast and share your opinion in the comment section.
And don't forget, you can always work after game.
No. Don't forget that you can always game after work.
Hello everyone, welcome to Afterward Gamers Live.
Welcome, we're so excited to have you here. We're so excited to be here.
Yeah,
it's going to be so much fun.
We're excited to try something new. By the way, sorry, first, I am Matouš.
And I'm Michal.
Yeah, we almost forgot. We are so excited to start trying something new because in our normal episodes, we felt like there's not really too much space, or like it wouldn't do any good to talk about some of the stuff we would like to talk about, like what games are we playing and stuff. And we feel like it's making kind of a clutter in the episode, so we decided why not have a stream where we could discuss about other things, and it would be special compared to our regular episodes.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to talk live. It's very different for us, although I'm kind of used to stream, but like this is totally a different thing. Like I stream and play games, but we're gonna be doing our podcast live, so no edits, no if there's something wrong, you can all see it. So we're a little bit nervous, but also very, very excited for what's gonna happen. How's it gonna go?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're looking forward for what we have prepared today. By the way, about the no edits, maybe there's a chance that a slightly edited episode will be posted on regular audio platforms. We are not sure yet how the recording will go, and maybe the episode will be so bad that we will just be like, no, scratch it all, cancel.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
we hope it will
see.
go well, and you will have a nice episode too.
Yeah, we're excited. We're super excited. Shall we start then?
Yeah, I guess. So, we kind of introduced you to what's this stream about. One more thing though we didn't mention, and that is that in the stream we would also like to talk more about topics that are, let's say, time sensitive, like not exactly news, I would say, but something that's more up to date, because in the episodes we usually try to focus on the more timeless aspects of things, if you get us. So that's one thing. But I guess without further ado, we can start talking about games we played. My favorite part.
Yeah. Do you want to start?
I guess I have a lot of games, so
you go first.
I can start. So I have finally finished playing Persona 5. I actually started Persona 5 playing like almost a year ago, like around when it came to Game Pass. I'm not sure when it was. But it's a long JRPG. I played like 60 hours, and in the second run I finished the game. Great thing, it's actually kind of easy to jump back in. And I totally get why even Video Game Donkey, that hates turn-based combat in RPGs, actually says this game is all right. So it's a great game.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so sad news, if you were hoping to play it on a Game Pass, it got recently pulled. But some other games from the series are there.
I wasn't really no, I'm not gonna play it. I guess it's not really my type of game,
I mean,
but
I
that's
thought
okay.
so too about a lot of games, but I would I
Yeah,
would
but you know,
recommend
there's like
trying that if you have the option to try.
yeah,
I mean, now
you
you
know,
don't in the
but
Game
you
Pass,
know,
but
there's like I understand that, but there are just certain type of games like I'm not going to play or you're not going to play, even though like you know you can sometimes experiment, but like
yeah,
um,
I
it's
see
not
where you're
appealing
getting.
to
Yeah,
me.
some let's
Yeah,
just say some genres are not always for everyone. But I mean,
yeah,
you like RPGs, so I don't think that you would hate
yeah,
this game.
yeah.
I actually think that if you gave this one a shot, you might actually end up liking it. But
Maybe I will, maybe I don't.
yeah, I guess we will never know, or maybe we will not know in the recent present. But
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe if I'll run out of games to play.
yes. But for everyone else, like it is a great RPG, great mechanics, turn-based combat that is actually not that tedious. They're actually quite fast, and man, the story that's like really nice
Mm,
stuff in the game.
yeah,
I guess anyway,
true,
we
true,
should
true.
move on. Maybe if you want to take over for a little bit what you were playing, I have some more
Yeah,
coming later.
I was playing Mass Effect actually. Uh,
Oh, sorry
the
about that.
sorry about what?
About the image, it got slightly little bit oversized, but you
That's
can keep
okay.
talking.
So yeah, I've been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition,
Good stuff.
the remake, is it remake or remaster? Remaster.
Yeah, I think it's a remaster.
Yeah, remaster of the game, and I finished the first already. Now I'm playing the second one, and I have to say, like, there's like there's aspects that which the game aged pretty well, and even freaking um, remaster will not save that. So, but like story wise, it's actually quite good. Like it's like
Yeah, I mean, like this,
the
the
main
story and the world building in the Mass Effect games is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. But I would say also like the Command Shepard's voice acting is not the best.
I mean,
He's kind of talking like a robot a little bit.
I mean, it depends in which game, I would say, and also if you
Yeah,
were
yeah. Well,
playing
the first
the
one. I played the first one.
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
honestly, you
So
were talking timeless, but I gotta say the first game, I would kind of say that that one aged the worst. Like the
the first
gameplay,
one.
even with the remaster, is not as good as the
Yeah, no,
two
it's
and
not.
three.
I'm playing the second one now,
Hmm.
and it's much better. It's
Hmm.
much better. Like they learned. It's definitely learned.
Yeah, there was
But
some evolution.
yeah, but otherwise, like amazing game.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
would say the
Love it.
remasters are actually pretty decent. I would say for me, I when I first came to knowledge, like I have a friend who is a massive fan of Mass Effect, and he kind of tried to force me into playing joking. No one's forcing me to play anything, right? Like I play voluntarily, but. I didn't like the first one, the original version, but with the remaster, I actually managed to enjoy that. So yeah.
Sorry, it's my daughter just came to the room,
All
and
right.
she's quite loud. So, anything else you've been playing?
Oh yes, I've been. So I've also been playing what Nintendo recently released on the Switch, the F-Zero 99, which is, I don't know if you're aware about
Mm.
F-Zero. It's like a classic racer from the SNES era. And they managed to do the twist with the 99 version, so like it's battle royale. So not every player makes it through the finish line if they're last. And honestly,
I
it's
see.
the twist you didn't know you wanted for this game. It's actually a lot of fun, and there are some like special
Damn, that's an
upgrades
interesting game.
made, and you can, yeah, there's like even like a Queen's Cup and Knights League and stuff. So you have like several races in a row. It's a lot of fun. and it's free for everyone who has the Nintendo Switch Online. So
Uh-huh.
if you have a Switch and you have the Switch Online, go check it out. It's
I don't
fun
have a
to.
Switch.
Yeah, I'm
I
talking.
don't have a
I'm
Switch.
talking to them.
Them, jeez,
Yeah.
them.
So,
You
do you
mean
have
to
anything else,
people?
or shall I continue with my more stuff?
Thinking what else? What else I played? But I didn't play. I don't think I played anything else.
I mean, I understand that because like Mass Effect Legendary Edition
Yeah,
can take
yeah,
a whole
yeah,
lot of time.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. It's yeah.
Right.
I
So,
finished. Oh yeah, I finished Hogwarts Legacy finally.
oh, finally. Ah, that's great.
Took some
You've been
time.
playing it for like
Took
the
some
whole
time.
year.
Yeah. Yeah, it took some time, but finally finished it. I have
Okay.
to say, for Hogwarts Legacy, a great game, but I changed my mind. Definitely not game of the year.
Mm.
Because I mean, when you see what came out this year,
Yeah, there have been a lot of great
New
games.
Zelda, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I heard
What else
Alan
is
Wake
there?
2 is brilliant.
Alan Wake 2 is pretty good, I heard.
Super Mario Bros.
Uh,
Wonder, I heard wonders about that game. Haven't played yet, unfortunately, but I hope I will. Well,
did it already came out?
yeah, it came out like
Okay.
a few days ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And
Hogwarts Legacy, uh, it a little bit felt like by the end of the game they kind of like ran out of the ideas
oh, right,
a little
that can
bit,
happen.
you know?
Like the idea
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah. So, but she's
We have a visitor. Intruder
yeah.
alert. Alexa, play Intruder alert.
Yeah. Somehow. No, wait, look, she's naked. I wish something.
Yeah, so in the meantime, while Michal tends to his
Sorry.
daughter, I guess I can continue. I was talking about Alan Wake, and I haven't played. I mean, I have played the first one, but I haven't played the rest. So I finally took my time. I mean, it's not that long, but I finally played Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which was released still for the 360, not that long after the original game, and there's like it's like 2 years after the story of the first game, so that I will be ready for the Alan Wake once I get to that game. So yeah, I actually played that before the second game came out, and I haven't played the second game still anyway. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
also a very
I
interesting
I
game.
yeah, Alan Wake, like I played the first one a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a horror game and it's really scary for me. So, and I heard the second one, I heard just from reviews and from other people that, you know, the first one was more like a thriller mixed
Mm-hmm.
with horror game, but this one apparently they went
Like full on horror.
full full on horror.
Oh,
That's what I heard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to
Like,
not.
it's more horror like,
Okay.
but okay, for the horror genre players, like that's great. That's amazing. But like for me, like I'm hesitant.
Yeah, we'll see how much I will enjoy it because I am usually not really into horror games, but I really
Mm.
enjoyed the first Alan Wake. So
Yeah, I mean it was a great game, like without a doubt. Like great mechanics, amazing story, amazing voice actors, amazing soundtrack. It was a great game.
yeah. By the way, while we're talking about it, a quick recommendation: if you want to play Alan Wake 2 and you want to play other games in the universe, my recommendation would be first play Alan Wake, either the remastered version or the original with all DLCs, because there's like extra
Mm,
chapters in the DLCs. As far as I know, they should be currently in discount on Epic Games Store and Steam.
mm.
Some of these games.
Okay,
Then Alan
cool.
Wake's American Nightmare. It's like
Mm,
after the story of the first one. than Control, because in Control, like, it's the same universe as Alan Wake,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Ordinary Awe DLC actually is like directly linked to Alan Wake. And
Yeah.
after that, I guess would be the time to play Alan Wake 2, from what I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I think they make a lot of references to Control in Alan Wake too, as far as I heard.
Yeah, and great news,
That they
I
made a
heard
lot.
the Old Gods of Asgard, the fictional band that is actually
Still
Poets of
there?
the Fall. Yeah, it's back in Alan Wake 2, so I'm looking
Yeah.
forward for the new songs, because like, the songs from Alan Wake or Take Control from Control, they are great songs.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Right, and I guess the
Okay.
last game in this segment I want to talk about before we move on is Cocoon, because I want to give a shout out to an indie
Cocoon.
game, and it's actually been released on Xbox Game Pass. That's how I played it. It's not that long, and definitely worth your afternoon. It's
Oh,
like a game where you're a little, I guess, creature, and you can move these marbles which contain an universe. So you can
I
jump
heard
into the
about this game.
universe at special points, and yeah, just like you could have seen in the trailer that's playing behind us
Mm.
or above us. Um, and these universes, they can give you ability if you unlock
Mm.
it, or they can serve as like powering gates, and it's kind of a puzzler slash walking simulator, I would guess, and it's really interesting, and some of the puzzles are genius. So
Yeah.
quick shout out to Cocoon. It's a fun game. I had a great time with it.
Oh yeah. I think I heard about this game or I saw it somewhere.
Yeah,
Someone talked about it.
don't you have Game Pass? I mean, like, you should be
Well,
able
I
to play
do,
it.
but no, I like it's not where I saw it. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
it someone talk about it. Maybe it was Video Game Donkey. I have no idea. I know that Video Game Donkey likes these types of games, so
Yeah, because I mean they are great.
yeah, no, I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just right. Yeah, I guess we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So,
Let's
what
move
do you
on.
want to start with?
Should we start with the biggest topic?
All right,
With
let's start with the biggest topic. So,
yeah.
maybe, or I guess I should, because I prepared it. I guess I should start it. So, the
Live stream.
the headline topic of today, which we don't have a headline and stuff. So anyway, the biggest topic would be that Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft has been finally approved. And it's
Yeah.
been after a long time, because the acquisition was actually originally announced on 18th January 2022.
Yeah.
So it's been like almost 2 years
Yeah.
since it was
It's
announced.
been
FTC was
yeah.
making a lot of problems and stuff. There are some things that are very weird, but
Yeah, but some things also very reasonable, I would say.
yes.
Like,
But yeah, it has been finally approved, and the one of the great news for us gamers is that a very controversial figure of Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, will get away from Activision Blizzard at the end of year. He's right now in there
yeah.
to help with the merger. So,
Oh, nice.
if you know why he was controversial, one of the biggest ones was that he was what gamers call the corporate sellout, because he
Yeah.
preferred milking profitable series with new games with little creativity over new IPs and new ideas, some creativity for which Blizzard, for example, was known in the past. And yeah, he was mainly all about profit, and he didn't care that much about gaming. So that's why one of the reasons why we gamers didn't like him.
Was he kicked out, or was he Like, did he leave? Was he forced to leave?
I mean, I think he was the CEO or something,
Yeah, it
and
was the CEO. Yeah.
he will be there until the end of merger because like the company is acquired and like they don't need him
You're right.
anymore.
Right.
But he will
Right.
just
Right.
help
Right.
with to ease the transition, or whatever the official term was.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so we talked about some of the controversies about that, and
Yeah.
I have some points because
Oh yeah.
Sony was the one that was so much against this. But in the
No,
meantime,
no, 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 no. It was at the beginning, and it was just because of Call of Duty.
oh
That
yes,
was all.
then
That,
like
like, it wasn't the whole time. Let's set some facts straight, okay? Sony started it. They said, okay, hey, this is weird. You're gonna create monopoly. You're gonna have a big monopoly, and Uh, and like their main concern was Call of Duty because Sony made a huge profit out of it. It was it's like it or not, Call of Duty is still one of the biggest games out there, like
yeah,
the most
that
sell
well,
games out there.
why they
So
didn't like
so
it? Sorry, why they didn't like it in the relation of Call of Duty? I need to add is because they had always a special deal with Activision to have some exclusive content or early access and stuff for
yeah,
their
well, of
consoles
course,
only.
yeah, of course. Well, that's a valid concern, business speaking. Like, they're gonna all of a sudden, like, be rid of that because Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. But also, so Sony started that. Sony said their concern, and then like all the FDA and other organization, other states started looking into it and started to, so Sony was just at the beginning, and then like they made a deal with finally with Microsoft,
Well,
because
actually,
Microsoft changed the deal several times. So
yeah, it took them
they're
some
trying to
time to come around because like
yeah,
to everyone Microsoft promised or like made a 10-year deal for Call of Duty,
yeah, yeah.
and that it
Well,
would be
but
same on all platforms.
yeah, but like saying that Sony Sony just took like so much crap out of this, and I don't think it's justified. I don't
Well,
think it's fair towards
honestly,
Sony. No, no, no. I'm sorry, it's not.
the first year of this, they were really against it. They were the ones that actually were trying to add more stuff to the FTC to
Well,
stop that and
like
stuff. That
it's
it was actually only until like
okay,
recently. I mean,
but
recently,
when
like
you
few months that they came around. It's like
fair
yeah,
enough.
lately it has
Well,
been
fair enough,
come from them, but no, they have
fair
been
enough.
against.
But when you look at it from purely business perspective, it made sense because with like Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, Sony is coming out. Is Sony's losing the deal with Activision Blizzards, and um, their biggest rival is getting one of the biggest companies out there. Also, with Microsoft and Microsoft companies' track record, I'm afraid because I don't look at Bethesda. Like, did they got better after they were bought by Microsoft? Hell no.
Well, about
Like,
that,
they're
there's like a
yeah.
there's I guess
But
there
when
would
you
be
when you
more to
see
it. We should
yeah,
definitely dig into that later, or like a little bit
yeah, yeah,
later.
well, we'll be talking about it, so why not? So, but when you look at like, I'm not saying, just don't take the words out of context. I'm not saying that Sony is the best company ever. I'm not saying that. I'm not like hardcore Sony fan. What I am saying though is that Microsoft is not the good guy either here. Like, they bought one of the biggest companies. They did a carpet pull out of everyone, and they have this big monopoly now on the PC games alone, because Activision Blizzard was mainly PC games,
Well,
World of Warcraft, like
that's
all.
honestly like, sorry. So I guess I will jump into like add to your points, or like
Mm,
reactor points. Maybe so. Yeah, Blizzard in the past was about PC games,
mm,
but like lately,
that's true.
things like Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, all of these games were on
Yeah,
consoles. So
but main focus was always
in the past, that's
was usually was.
sadly that's in the past. Really,
Yeah, yeah,
that
I
is
know.
in the past. Don't you guys have
Is it though?
phones?
Is it though? Is it though? Like,
Well, if you take
is
a
it
look at
though?
the steps they were doing, like in the recent past, I would
Okay,
say that
well, just because they made, like, they have the biggest PC community out there. Prove me I'm wrong.
no, Valve has.
They okay. Okay, what Valve has Valve has what okay, how many games Valve has compared to Activision Blizzard?
I don't know. But
Yeah,
I think
exactly. Like,
we're kind of getting on the like a wrong foot. We're trying. It feels like
yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
always understanding each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
or like jumping away
Yeah.
from the
What I'm
topics. That was
what I'm
totally not my point. I just wanted to say that like lately Blizzard has been
yes, but
not
like
just
they
about
have
PC games, and PC gamers were actually mad about it because
yeah, no, no,
they were kind of
because
dropping the
they have
community.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, and
what was the
about the,
point?
yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with what that monopolization is bad. Like it's happening
yeah,
a whole lot. One studio or like one corporation owning everything is not good.
yeah.
But uh, when they bought the Actibliss, Sony was still bigger than them. And secondly,
Wait,
yeah, Bethesda wasn't
bigger in what way? Bigger in what way are we talking?
in
What were
like
you saying?
how much of the gaming industry they have.
You mean how many studios they
Oh
own?
no, no, like how the in terms of the sales and profits and stuff.
Okay, yeah,
They're
but
still like the
that
major
doesn't
player.
correlate though.
Sorry.
That doesn't correlate though. That doesn't correlate uh with what you're saying, because like monopoly is that you own a lot of stuff
No,
and
no, no.
then you
Just
make money out of it.
no, no, no.
Sorry,
It's
but
not all I'm
continue.
trying. That's not all I'm trying to say. Just one of the things. Like Sony, even after the acquisition, they still the biggest player by far. Actually, on
Yeah,
the gaming field, they're still one of the biggest players. And at least in the console market, they're still by far the biggest player.
yeah.
And while they were talking about like Microsoft is becoming a monopoly, they were actually doing the same, just not as a true or not as on a large scale. They actually bought several studios, including Halo creators Bungie, which is not a small studio that made like
Okay,
large games as such as Destiny after their departure from Microsoft. So it's not like they are in the clear too. I guess like we are getting in the gaming into monopolization quite a
okay.
lot recently. So I just wanted to say that. And to your thing that Bethesda hasn't improved, I'm not sure. It's very possible. And B, I think it's a lot of time from what we know that Microsoft gave
Mm,
ZeniMax, the mother company of Bethesda, like kind of free hand. Actually,
mm,
the Redfall was a disaster. They were hoping after the acquisition Microsoft would exit or restart development,
mm.
but they said, "Well, you're under ZeniMax, so they will manage you," and ZeniMax didn't.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
yeah, that's actually good news, great news that they are making some changes and they will like get Bethesda closer to them now. And B,
Mm,
one thing, regardless of who, I wouldn't care who would bought Blizzard if someone bought them, because Blizzard, let's face it, they are not in a good place with the recent
oh no,
controversies, the
no.
work morale, as far as I know from the reports that have been surfacing. They have not been very good. The employees' happiness was quite bad. They have made a lot of bad decisions. They have changed a lot of stuff for the worse. They lost a lot of big names like Ben Broad, who worked on Hearthstone, Jeff Kaplan, the literal face of Overwatch, I would say, Uncle Jeff, or Michael Chu,
Yeah.
who wrote the stories. And you can see that Overwatch 2 sucks compared to Overwatch 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
like even I heard Diablo 4 was pretty decent, but still,
It
like
was decent.
overall,
Yeah.
Blizzard is not at a very good place. So they need someone that
No, they're
actually
not.
cares about work
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah. Like I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not against the acquisition.
No,
What
no,
I
no,
am
no.
against of it's the monopolization, and that's what I'm afraid of. And just like what I'm afraid of is that Microsoft just bought one of the biggest game publishers out there with the biggest franchises in the world, and they just bought it just for the money, just to get the money out of Call of Duty and other games
Fun fact:
that are there. So
you're talking about taking money from Call of Duty, but from the reports and emails that came out during the what was it, like a research, or when they were like judging whether they can acquire it, they actually said it. That's actually sad. I would say they cared mostly about King, one of the biggest
About what?
mobile King, Activision Blizzard King. King is the company that
What is that?
makes the mobile games, like Candy Crush Saga.
Oh my god.
So they
Candy
won
Crush
it.
is from
They bought it
Activision?
for the profits from King, mainly from what we know.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. According to
That's
the
so
information
stupid.
I found. That's like the
That's so
stupidest
stupid.
thing. But let's face it, in
Oh
mobile
god.
gaming, there's a whole lot of money
Oh yeah.
due to the way how unhealthy mobile gaming is set up. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We should
So
maybe make a note to make an episode in the future why mobile gaming sucks.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. But it's so sad. Like it's just like I feel like there's no right answer to all this.
No.
Like if Microsoft or Sony buy Activision, it could become monopoly. Although like with I have to say, and again, like I'm not like a Sony fanboy or anything. With PlayStation games, there's a way better track record with like actual finished games. So might have been, look better, but that's just speculation. That's just speculation. Might have been not. But
Yeah.
so if Sony or Microsoft buy it, you have monopoly. If the Activision's begins like stops, like it's not going to be bought, it's going to keep being crap unless like the whole like leadership or the whole thing changes there. So
yeah, two things why I'm not that mad that it's Microsoft, although I totally agree that it would be better if like someone completely new, maybe in the gaming space, bought them. That would be really cool. Like Microsoft has a great track record of improving the company work culture in the companies they bought. So
yeah,
that's one thing, because honestly, the work culture in Actibliss, as far as the recent past, as from what we heard, has been terrible. And I'm not talking about the European, I'm talking about the American, because they have even, like in Europe, we have great work laws when compared to the American.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they have been abusing that, I would say, a lot from based on the
yeah.
reports we read. So that's one good thing. And the second,
Yeah.
Microsoft, yeah, they don't have a great record of releasing finished games. I mean, neither does
Exactly.
Blizzard in the recent past anyway, but
Yeah,
they are
but
improving,
yeah, sorry.
and they have good track
Are
record
they?
of releasing the games
Are
on
they?
PC.
Are they though?
Yeah, like
I
there has been like
what?
Hi-Fi
Okay,
Rush,
name me
for
a game
example.
that came. Okay, Hi-Fi Rush is an indie company.
No, Hi-Fi Rush
That was way
was
different.
Tango
Wait, that's
GameWorks. That's
okay.
under
Tango
Microsoft
Gameworks
now.
has a good track record,
That's true.
and that game, yeah, it's like sorry, but like if you look at the other like beside Hi-Fi Rush, name me a game that didn't came like mediocre or not
Forza
broken.
Horizon 5.
Okay, Forza Horizon 5. It's
Yeah,
one
I'm
game.
not saying they're perfect. I'm saying they're improving. Like when you compare it to
I
the
don't
Xbox One
I don't
era,
think so. I really don't think they
it's
are
better.
improving. I think that like one good game for like per year that they didn't get around like broken. That's not good.
I don't know, like
That's not
from about
that's not
that
good.
actually, from I did a little bit of research and I found that the issue is that they release most of their games now on the PC and the consoles at the same time, which, as we both know, is more work than releasing on just console.
Yeah.
And the more
Yeah.
problematic one is actually usually the PC version, not the console one, because for the
Yeah.
console they have full control. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm a little bit confused, because I have actually played a lot of their games in the Game Pass on the Xbox Series X, and I haven't encountered the issues some people are talking about. So, okay, so now I understand why you're so confused. Yes, I've been playing the games
Yeah.
on the Xbox and I haven't had all of these issues. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, that's
And
the other point.
it's Microsoft.
They have good track record of releasing the games on PC as well, which is something that I love to see these days when the game gets on PC, because a lot of the times, or like
Sorry, sorry, just to clarify. You mean first it comes on Xbox and then on PC,
no,
and that's good.
that like a lot of take basically all recent Microsoft releases. Halo Infinite came the same day on Xbox and PC. Forza Horizon
Yes.
5, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield. All of these games came the same day
Okay,
on
one
PC and
game.
Xbox.
Okay, they came on the same day, but they were not good. Beside the Hi-Fi Rush and Forza, none of those games were like, and even Starfield, like on Metacritic, it has mediocre like reviews
Yeah,
on other platforms.
Starfield is also, I would say, another topic, because I think it's getting way too much review bumped. I mean, the thing that people
That
criticize are not the valid critics. I have much better valid critics.
yeah no yeah
I have actually played the
I
games
read
and I know what's bad about it, not the things some
I
of
read
people
that
criticize.
I read that like it's getting review bombed, but like I watched a lot of streams, a lot of videos to confirm that like the state of the game is just not that good. You
Yeah,
know, and
it's
when
on
like
PC though. On PC.
okay, but
On the Xbox
still
is
it's a
better.
mediocre like
Yeah.
okay, the state of the game, but like the old over and all the game uh is not as like good. Like it's just a mediocre game. It's just another Bethesda game in it's just Fallout in space.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Or
That's
like,
like
I would say
that's
Skyrim in
just like
space.
but okay, but if you look at the whole video game industry and you compare it to the other games that came out this year, like that's pretty bad. You know? Like we're now talking about Starfield. We didn't want to like we
Yeah, yeah.
going away
We
from
were
the
going off
Activision
rails a
Blizzard.
little.
Yeah. But to come back to like what you're saying that Microsoft has a good track record, like you named only two games that were good this year that came out of from Microsoft's,
No, I'm
and
just
that's a
no,
bad
no.
track record
I was trying to say
in my opinion.
they are improving in terms of the state of the games at release.
But okay, they are not though. Two games that came out of
That
their
they
studios
didn't
this
come
year
in
that
a
were
great
good.
state doesn't mean that in the past it wasn't worse. And that's what improvement is. It doesn't mean
I feel
you're.
like it's the same. I feel like it's the same though.
Oh,
I feel like Microsoft used to be pretty good. Like
yeah,
Halo Halo games were pretty amazing for crying out loud.
yeah.
Gears of War were a pretty
Oh, yeah.
great game and came in a good state too. But where's that? Like Gears 5 was absolutely awful game. Like absolutely mediocre, terrible. Like
Yeah,
compares
I'm
to
not
the
saying no,
previous
no, no, no.
installments.
You're. I
So
guess you
I'm sorry,
understand me wrong.
I just don't see the improvement at all. Like if anything, I see a greedy company
I mean,
who's trying to get more studios. That's like again, it's the same cycle like with EA. Like they bought a bunch of studios which they then destroyed
I don't think
like
Microsoft is destroying those studios actually. But yeah, it's about
okay,
only time will tell how it'll end up. I mean, I think, or from my point of view, it seems like they're overall improving. They're doing stuff or decisions that are great for gamers, much more than they did.
okay,
Like Xbox One era was a disaster. Now it's much better. And if you take, I'm talking about the like longer term metrics. It
mm.
looks a little bit better than where they were during the Xbox One era. I guess that
It,
was my
ca-
point. I'm not saying they're perfect.
yeah,
No, they have their issues. I
yeah,
was also said that some things didn't work out as well as they could, and about the studios, we will only see in the future if whether they will destroy them or not. So far,
yeah. I'm
I
like,
believe they did
well,
not. Like Orient the Blind Forest, for example, that's some time ago, and the stuff from
okay.
the
For example,
studios that they bought,
if
that was amazing,
for
and I
example,
don't think they destroyed it.
do you know Rare Studio?
Oh yeah,
They're
they
behind Conker's Bad for Day. They were bought by Microsoft,
yeah.
and after they were bought, the developers not like the game they released after they were bought absolutely terrible. It was one of the Conker's game. I don't know which one is was it, but
Yeah,
it was absolutely terrible, and that destroyed the studio. They had to close the studio, and I bet there's many. Like I'm not saying
Rare. As far as I know, Rare is still up and running. They made
okay, well,
what's
what
it
did they
called?
made?
Sea of Thieves.
Okay, that's
But
still not that
yeah,
good of
no,
a
no, no.
game.
I'm not
And
just saying they did not close the studio, but yeah, the games. Well, the thing
okay,
is
fair
that
enough. But
Rare was the biggest mistake Nintendo did. They sold Rare.
yeah,
It's like that
yeah,
was very
yeah,
sad.
exactly. Well, yeah,
That's
well,
actually quite in the past, as far as I know. Like it's early
yeah. No,
2000s.
it's been a long time ago. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you an example. What what like
Yeah, yeah, you're
is
right. Like they,
yeah,
yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, yeah, it's. I guess it's a. I think it's a little bit better than what it was, and we will see if it will get better,
yeah.
worse, or stay the same.
That's
I guess that's
and
my point.
that's why I am thinking. That's why I'm kind of afraid about like Call of Duty or Overwatch. Well, no one cares about Overwatch anymore.
You
But
know, the
no,
thing about
can I
that.
finish?
The thing about
Can I
that.
finish my thought?
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I
Sorry.
finish my thought? um,
Be
that's why I'm
faster.
afraid because yeah. Sorry, goodness gracious, don't
No,
rush
sorry.
me,
It takes
man.
you some time to like get the thought out. Sorry.
I have
Continue.
ADHD. I have
I
ADHD.
have
And if you come,
84K. So what?
yeah, if you keep talking to my head, I cannot focus. Anyway, um, because they bought and the Microsoft and Bethesda games didn't came out that well. Like, I don't think like because a lot of people were thinking, oh, hey, Activision was bought by Microsoft, they're gonna do much better under them. I don't. I'm really scared that they will not do. I think like either the Call of Duty, which is the Modern Warfare series, which is, I know you don't like Call of Duty, but the series is doing well, and they did good choices in the first Modern Warfare and the second Modern Warfare. I don't know in what state is the Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if it's out or if it's coming out. I don't know, but they made
Soon.
good changes and like yes, there was a lot of microtransaction and some of the UI was terrible, but like overall the game they like, it felt like I felt like I was playing Call of Duty 4 again. It was so good. So and I think it's Infinity 4 finally like picked up their pace and um, so uh, they're doing good, and I'm afraid that under the Microsoft, it's gonna be toned down a little bit, and I'm just afraid what's gonna happen to the franchise and to other franchises because they all of a sudden have also World of Warcraft. So what's gonna happen with that?
Yeah.
You know?
So, if I may, about Call of
Yeah, of
Duty,
course.
it feels like it has been mostly like a checklist release, and like yeah, you're right.
No, it wasn't
I kind of lost interest
really.
in Call of Duty franchise
The
when
the
they stopped
last
doing
two
single player.
Modern Warfare, the last two Modern Warfare games wasn't a checklist. Trust me, wasn't. It's a
Uh,
really good game.
I mean,
It's for
checklist
Call of
release
Duty.
doesn't
It's
mean
really
it's
good.
bad game. It just that.
Well, it kind of does, but
Well, no. Checklist release means
but
it
this
has
this
all the stuff.
this
Sorry to explain for our viewers
yeah.
who maybe don't know. Checklist release, we call a game that follows a checklist of what's currently popular. So if, let's say,
Yeah.
open world is popular and female lead and stuff like that, they do the checklist of what's popular and they do it in game. That doesn't mean though that a game is bad. They actually sometimes can came out a great game, but
Yeah. Okay.
it doesn't
Maybe.
mean that it's
Okay.
always like it may sometimes like
Okay.
in like a spread, but it doesn't mean that if it's a checklist that it's always bad.
Okay. But last two, Okay. Maybe. Okay. Now we pointed out like it is kind of a checkbox release, but on the other hand, it's a good game. Both of them are good games. Like seriously,
Yeah, I heard they are better than
like, they took
some of
they
the
took
previous
their
recent
time.
entries. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it feels like they finally like put the love into it that it desered
I mean, if
and
they put the
listened
love
to the
into it, you
community.
could select, your nation's flag. I mean, but that's another controversy. My other point, what
That's
I
a
wanted to
controversy. Yeah,
add
yeah.
for the
All I'm saying, oh,
for your
yeah, all
concern
I'm
about
saying,
the
last two Call of Duty is really good games.
so
Believe it or not.
yeah, so that's one of the franchise, and if you take a look at the Blizzard games, like your concerns about them, I mean,
Mm,
honestly, from my point of view, I'm not sure if it can get really any worse because I used to love Overwatch. I played it quite a lot. I actually owned
mm,
multiple copies. I think I own only two copies though, like on Switch and on PC. And
mm.
Overwatch 2 came out. I stopped playing because I didn't like that game anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess a lot of similar stuff could be said about a lot of other Blizzard stuff from the recent past because it's been
Mm.
getting gradually worse. I mean,
Oh
with the
yeah,
Overwatch 2, it was not gradual. It was like, poof,
that
we're
was like a
closing
punch in the
Overwatch
face.
1, and now
Yeah,
we have only the inferior Overwatch 2. And
yeah.
so I would say, from my point of view, it's if it gets worse, I mean, I'm not playing it anyway, so that's like that wouldn't be a big change for me.
Fair enough. Okay,
So
but like,
I mean,
what makes you think though that
I really
it's
wish it helped them to get better. I really wish for that.
yeah, I wish too. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to see the games doing much better, but with like Microsoft, I don't see it. Uh, just again, like I'm just gonna keep bringing Bethesda because that's also another really big company that they bought, and Redfall, like one of the really most anticipated games from Arcane Studios, total disaster.
Yeah, I already told you
And
that's like that's not really
yeah,
on Microsoft. That was on more on ZeniMax.
yeah. And like Starfield, mediocre game. So
Sarah
like,
Morgan disliked that.
okay,
If you played that game, you would get that reference.
I don't. Okay, I haven't played it, so I cannot
Yeah,
really
that was a reference to Starfield. Yeah,
just.
never mind. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Spinek is asking, just got here, what is the topic? The topic is Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft, and we're debating kind of the pros and cons and um, we're just talking about like how's it gonna be with Activision Blizzard under the Microsoft, because we both have a not very much different opinions, but maybe different point of view.
Yeah.
And Matosh is more he's more calm about it because he is more of a Microsoft like Xbox player than I am. Uh,
And also, I
uh,
don't play a lot of the franchises because they were not
yeah,
very good recently. So
yeah,
if they get worse, I don't care because
yeah,
I am already
yeah.
not playing them.
So, but yeah, what we're talking about right now is the state of the games, what they were before the acquisition, and if it's gonna get any better or not. Personally, I'm kind of afraid it's either gonna stay same or it's gonna get worse.
Well,
So,
yeah, I'm just gonna say just as before. I guess we'll see because it has not happened to all of the studios Microsoft bought. There's the studio that I think Moon Studios that did the Ori series. From
mm,
what I heard, the one that did Psychonauts was actually pretty great too, and we'll
yeah, I
see
heard
how it will
Psychonauts
goes
2 is
with this
amazing.
one. It's still way too soon to tell.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's about that.
Xbox games.
Actually,
Yeah.
one fun point I want to say about this Actibliss merger with
Mm,
Microsoft.
mm, mm.
The FTC, from some of the reports from them, I said it seems like they have no idea what gaming is about. Some of their
Yeah,
points were absolutely stupid, regardless of like the outcome of the point. If it was like,
yeah.
yeah, monopolization is bad, but the points they used, they were so bad. They are absolute morons when it comes to gaming. Sorry, but that was terrible, some of those points. But actually, they were
Just
more
give me
worried.
some. Give me
They,
some.
they were more worried about not about the monopoly in games and franchises, but about the monopoly in hold sit tight on your chair, cloud gaming.
What?
Yes, and actually, how Microsoft finished the deal is that they sold for 10 years the exclusive rights to streaming Activision games to Ubisoft. So if they will want to have them streamed on xCloud, they will have to pay fee to Ubisoft. I don't remember all the details, but the cloud games were one of the biggest points for FTC. I mean, like, everyone who uses cloud gaming, raise your hand. Why don't I see any raised hands?
Because we're on stream, we don't see anyone.
No, because no one is really using cloud games because it's still
No, no one.
connect. Like the main thing, connection quality in a lot of the places is just not good enough to play a lot of games via cloud. It's just not. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you can play some light and slow games, but
Mm.
totally not. I will. If you give me a second, I will switch our backdrop game to Dorf Romantic, which is a game you can play totally over cloud streaming because it's just that slow and like doesn't suffer from connection spikes and stuff because you don't need a high bitrate. But like, unless you're on a like a what's it called, like the main optical cable network, you have no chance of having a great experience with every cloud game. Yeah,
Okay,
there are
don't they?
places where you can do it, but yeah, that so the main dispute was over cloud gaming, which is
Okay,
maybe
but
one of the
isn't the
stupidest
clown?
things.
Is it more like a clown gaming? More of like Oh, it doesn't make sense.
No,
Why
no,
would they
no, they meant
mean
like
like
the
Xbox
streaming
Game
thing.
Pass? Okay, yeah, that's stupid. That's really stupid.
Yeah,
Cool.
it is
Sorry, we have it.
extremely, it is extremely
Yeah.
stupid because like
Oh,
I recently watched the WAN show when they were talking about Amazon streaming service, and I don't think it's very successful. The Amazon Loon or whatever. So I watched that segment
I'm
where they
not.
talked about the Amazon streaming service, and
And wait, Amazon streaming service like for video games?
yeah,
So Amazon Games is doing Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
maybe
not very
pull it up.
successful
Like
from
it's
what
a
we
big
can
company.
tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, overall, game streaming is very, very niche market. Even Google gave up, and like Google is a internet first
Yeah.
company. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't understand why are so crazy about that, because
Yeah.
there are still many places all over the world who don't have good enough internet
Yeah.
connection. So I guess that maybe was like the most shocking point about all this.
Yeah, Spinek saying, cool, I think we will have to wait till a new year. Bobby is still there and making changes takes time. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We talked about it. The problem at this moment is not like the past of Activision, but the future. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, Bobby's not gonna be there anymore, which is good. That's really good. But with Microsoft track record, like we don't know how it's gonna look like because so far it wasn't that good. You know, any acquisition they made, the games, the studios that were producing, the games weren't that good.
I mean,
So
as we said, not all of them. Like there were some stuff like the
yeah,
studio that made Ori, the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush, but yes, it
y-
has not been all that
yes,
amazing all the time.
yeah. But I'm talking about the major ones. You know, the big ones. Like indie, little, small studios don't count. I'm sorry, small studios is something different. Uh, you know, but I tell you why, because you know the shareholders and the CFOs and everyone, not CFOs, the shareholders and the business people in the industry, they don't care about the small studios because you know they don't make that much amount of money because it's a game for a specific audience.
Hmm.
But the games like Starfield, like Call of Duty, are 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 more they're more involved because you know they see a big chunk of money and they're like, okay, we can make tons of money on this. Okay,
Yeah, like yeah,
let's push the development. Like
yeah. The thing
so
about that, like, it has kind of been like that in the recent past, whether it came out good or not. Like it has been like that, like right
yeah,
now. Which, as we
exactly.
discussed, it was not always a bad outcome. So, yeah, I guess that's no reason to talk about this like that much further, because we're still
No.
circling around that. We
Yeah,
will
yeah,
see. We are all very
yeah,
curious how will that come, and
yeah,
we can only speculate now, which is kind of what we're trying to do.
yeah, yeah. True, 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 true.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe if we can move to another topic, which
Yeah.
is will be mainly me talking, and it is about Forza Motorsport. Yeah, I have been looking forward for that game for quite some time because I love racing game. But I would say this is not a review. This is like
Mm,
a not a preview. It's like a field view, or something, whatever.
yeah.
Uh, you should be able to see some footage. Just a warning: when I was recording it, I had some issues with my capture card, so
And
there
it
might
was
be some hitches. That's
well.
actually not how the game runs. But I will just try to be quick because it might not be for everyone. But yeah, it's the new mainline game in the Forza series, and unlike Forza Horizon, which is like more
Mm,
arcadey and
mm,
open world, this one is the actual motorsport. So you drive in circles all the time. Like in regular
yeah.
motorsports, you have some licensed circuits like Suzuka circuit or Laguna Seca, some legendary
Mm,
circuits, and much more. Even
mm,
some fictional like Maple Valley, which has been like a staple circuit for the series ever since the first game is returned. No Fujimi
mm,
Kaido
mm.
yet, I hope. Uh, the looks are
What?
actually sorry.
What? Fushimi Kaido?
Fujimi Kaido. It has been a fictional track in like Mount Fuji, I think, or like said in Mount Fuji, but like
Okay.
fictional track. And man, it has been a great technical track. So it was my
Okay.
favorite. So I hope it will make a return in some future patch, which is something I will
Mm,
talk in a minute. I just wanna give kudos where
Mm,
credit's due.
mm,
The material work is amazing. The
yeah,
lighting and the especially the ray tracing modes look great. They use ray
yeah.
traced ambient occlusion, which is gorgeous. The works with there's some like ray traced reflections, but not everywhere, just to like enhance the reflections. There's
Mm,
from what I know, combination of screen space reflections, the ray traced reflections, and a box reflection. So several different quality and purpose types. So they combined all these methods to have like a nice reflections on the cars, like on the car body,
mm,
like you see in this part. And overall,
mm,
like it looks very nice. The work with lighting is overall visuals looks
mm,
great.
yeah.
And the driving model, the most important, is fun and feels really good. But there were some points I didn't like. So they first thing, like the biggest thing I hated about this game. Yeah, hold on tight. They actually started with a miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour setting. Like, why? Like, even as far as I know, even motorsport in America sometimes uses metric system because Imperial is just stupid and no one should use it. It's like 21st century people wake up. No one cares about Imperial
Oh,
units. So that was like the biggest offense, I would say. But
mm,
other ones, like there's the controversial upgrade system, which
mm,
feels more like RPG games sometimes because you have to drive with the car
mm,
and go around corners to earn car XP, which will allow you to upgrade. Which means that you
yeah.
cannot do like buy a car and then spend all the money throw all the money you earned from previous races to like improve it to a supercar. You cannot do that here. I actually would suggest an improvement if someone from Turn 10 is listening. Just take in question the driver's level. So, for example, if you're driver level 40, you have some unlocks even before you ride with the car. For example,
Mm,
at least something
mm,
like that.
okay.
And the
Oh,
last, yeah,
can
go
I say
ask away.
something about the? I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna point out something that which might be actually for like another topic, somewhere. Is the visual of the game. These days, games look so good that we kind of get what's the word? Like we get
Spoiled.
used to it. You know how
Oh,
you
used
know
to
how
it,
in
right?
movies, yeah, you
Yeah,
know how in movies like the visual effects are like we can easily recognize these days like what's CG and what's not because like it's so good that can kind of recognize it. We got used to it, so there's no that wow effect anymore.
yeah,
So
that's
I would
true.
say like these days, like I'm talking about the major games. Like
Hmm.
there's no wow effect anymore because the game just looks good because technology got really good, and the apps that the artists are using and all the plugins and everything, and it's just so good. So. Uh, I'm not saying the game doesn't look bad, that it doesn't look good. All I'm saying that there's no that wow effect anymore. At least for me, like
Yeah, I mean, I
there
understand
was, there
what you're
was,
saying.
there was like there was in 2013, or was it 2013 when The Witcher 3 came out. That was a major.
Waiting for a
That
moment to
was
pull in Witcher 3.
yes. I'm always gonna do that. Um, it was such a big step
Hmm.
for for graphics because all of a sudden like even cutscene and NPCs look really good and compared to like for example another RPG game Skyrim, you know like
Like
all like
Skyrim is
it's
much
not just
older, but yeah.
visuals. Yeah, okay,
That's like
fair
a
enough.
last gen game. But yes, you're right. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
like when there's a
Like
big
even
leap,
the
you get wowed. But this
yeah,
generation, we're kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
we're you're
Yeah,
not
it's kind of
wowed that easily
yeah, exactly.
because
I mean,
like
there are
the
still games that that surprise us. Like I feel like even though I didn't really like Red Dead Redemption 2, like technically beautiful. Even The Last of Us Part 2, it is a beautiful game. Uncharted 4, beautiful game. Like graphically, technically, beautiful games. Uh, I'm not saying they're the best games of all time, but when it comes to technical, like there's still like few games that like look really good, but like overall, like the wow effect is gone.
yeah,
Sorry.
I agree. As you said, that's a great topic for another time. That
Yeah.
developers should, at least in like most cases, tend to do like their own stylization instead of going for the realistic visual, which A, they
Yeah.
cannot nail perfectly anyway, and B, is like taking a lot of performance and a lot of effort, and it's not always worth it
Yeah.
because it does not wow us anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
in this game, actually,
You
like
know.
the footage does not do it justice. It looks much better when you play it on the console. Like this is
Yeah. I was
heavily
about to say one of
compressed.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I was about to say that it doesn't look that good to me, but
yeah, it's like that. The footage I captured is like crushed by the bitrate, and now it's
okay.
even lower bitrate over YouTube. So yeah, it will not look
Fair.
as good as it looks on my screen. But it's like it is actually a good looking game. But as you said, it's nothing that
Yeah.
would totally wow you. Maybe what would wow you that
Yeah.
this is running on a Series X console, so it's not like the most powerful machine of today. Like I have seen
Mm.
some games running on the 4090 before the game developers started abusing that people might have better GPUs and stopped optimizing. But that's
Oof.
also a topic for another
Oof.
day.
Yep.
But I have like two more points to like point here that I wasn't a huge fan of. So one is the AIs; they are stupid, and that's
Okay.
all I would say. The AI drivers, they're stupid. And the second
Mm.
one is that
That's sad.
there's not that much of a content, or like there is content, but there's not that huge amount, and you have unlocks for like drag racing tires, but there's no drag race,
Mm.
so it feels that it
Mm.
kind of created live platform for years to come, I guess. I mean, they did. We,
Oof.
honestly, they have a great track record of updating their games with content, and I assume it will happen here too. But right now, there's not that huge amount of content, and even the first update
Mm.
that's coming like month after the release will have some
Mm.
content, new track,
Mm.
and some stuff. So I guess
True, true,
they're
true.
going for a live service game now, which also
It's
topic for
sad.
another day. Live service games.
Yeah.
Where are the times where you just put the disc into the console or into your computer, and that was the whole game with everything and
Or just down like it would be okay. You don't have to have a disc for the PC. Just download it. Just yeah. Just have the game one to have the full game once you buy it. Yeah.
And that's actually one of the things that because of not having the discs, this is how we got into live service games. Because in the past you had to have all on the disc because the internet was slow,
Mm.
but as it got gradually easier and easier to finish the game over
Fair.
internet updates, that's how we got
Yeah.
here.
That's true. That's true.
There are
That's true. Yeah.
some what's it called? I totally lost the word.
Excuse me.
Good some studios that or some games that still don't do it. That they still ship the full game, and it's not live
Yeah.
service, and it doesn't need
Yeah.
updates. There's like the likes of Nintendo or Larian Studios with Baldur's Gate. They ship the full game. Like
Yeah.
Zelda, full
Yeah.
game on a cartridge
Exactly.
doesn't need anything else, and I really like when
Yeah.
this happens. But it's getting more and more rare.
So compared to other installments, or the previous installments of Forza Motorsport, is this the best one or
Yes
is
and
it
no.
is it
Yes and
okay?
no. In some terms, like honestly, I like the physical or driving model the best. I would say in the Forza games I played.
Goodness
It
gracious.
feels really
Mhm.
good because from what I know, the simulation is much more detailed. Like you
Mm.
simulate the wheel with more points, and you have all the weather effects and stuff, and like the driving itself feels really good. I really like that.
Okay.
But as I said, it had some of the flaws with the content, for example. So
That's so
that's
sad though.
yeah, it is. It indeed is. I mean, it's not like we are losing there that much. Like it was already announced that they are adding more and will gradually add over time. I just kind of don't like this move to the live service. That would be like the point. But overall, I really
It's
like that.
almost
If you have a Game Pass and you like racing, it's a no-brainer. If you're into more like hardcore simulation, this might still be not for you because like hardcore
well, Forza
simulation.
never
This is
was
this is a
about simulation, right?
well, that's the thing. Like Forza is a racing simulation, but it's still more of a game. Like it's
Uh,
still a
yeah,
game
it's more
rather than
arcadey.
full-fledged simulation. I mean, Forza
Yeah,
Horizon 5 is more arcade or like the Horizon
yeah,
series. Games like Assetto Corsa, for example, are more simulation.
yeah.
Or
That's the
I'm
course
not sure if it's even a
I've
game.
tried that once.
So this
I've
is like
tried
the
Seto Corsa once, so it's a really good game.
yeah.
I'm
So
sorry. I apologize to our audience. I'm yawning every few seconds. I
that's
don't know
okay.
why.
We've had
I'm not
a
that
hard
tired.
week. We're tired, boring
Yeah.
adults. So yeah. So this is like the sweet spot when you want to have a good simulation, but you still want to
Mm.
play a game rather than like have a full simulation that will not forgive you anything. This is still like what I actually really like how they implemented the rewind feature. You still have the
Mm.
rewind, so you can like rewind back when you
Go
do a
back.
bad turn, but
Prince of Persia.
your lap gets marked as like not clean lap. So when you're going
I
for
see.
the best time, it will still be marked as a not clean lap. And I quite like
Fair
that
enough.
approach. It's great for someone like
Yeah,
me when
that's
I'm
good.
tired. I just want to okay, someone
Finish
I
it.
did a bad turn, I rewind, and I can still have fun.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it will not satisfy hardcore simulation fans, though. Still
Yeah.
fun
Fair. That's
to
true.
race it. That's all.
That's true.
Shall we move on?
We can move on. That was Mato's review of Horizon Motorsport. Thank you.
Feel view, not review.
Yeah. What
So
should we do next?
yeah, that was what I was about to ask you. Maybe we should go for the gift recommendation because I would say that's like
Yes.
very interesting. A lot to talk about. So
Yes.
if
Christmas is coming. So,
exactly.
what we we kind of were thinking about this, and maybe we could do like a list of things that you could buy to a gamer, or you can ask for a gamer. Take it as a recommendation, not as must-have.
Yeah,
Maybe you could share this with your family or your spouses or your parents,
exactly that. We wanted to get
someone.
more
Your,
audience, so share this with all your friends that will give you something this Christmas.
yeah, and let us know. Like, what would you recommend to like as a gift for Christmas, or even just for birthday, or like what gift to give to gamer. Sorry, that was a mouthful sentence. So yeah,
Yeah, so
so that,
about this is I wouldn't say that we are providing a list, more of a general recommendations. So I guess I can start with if you want to buy a console for your boyfriend, kid, girlfriend, someone, special someone, if you want to buy them a console. First, thumbs up. That's awesome. I would love to have someone like you in my life. I had to get all my game consoles myself when I started working. Uh, but if you want to give that, which one should you get? Well, the important thing is trying to find what the person you're going to give the gift to wants. And I think that's
yeah,
something that a lot of parents and people overlook that yeah, there are actually choices, and sometimes it's even worth revealing what the gift is. I mean,
Yeah,
not always, but
or just yeah.
sometimes it might be even worth it because they know about the console or even a PC much more than you do, probably. That's why you're here.
Mm.
And we're not criticizing you. That's awesome that you're here and you're trying to learn. We're really proud of you. We're really happy about you. That's great for the person you want to give the gift to. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But first, try to figure out what they want. So
Mm.
the consoles are usually, like, depending on how old and new, can be $300 to $500. I think the Switch costs $300 because it's like
Mm.
6 years old console now.
Yeah.
But the newer consoles are around the $500 / euros.
Mm.
Depends on in your country.
Mm.
That's why we're not going for
Yeah.
specific things because it changes a lot. But try to figure out what the person wants. There are
Yeah,
some,
exactly. Just ask straight away. Just ask him like, "Hey, I want to buy you a console, but I
or
don't want
you
to
can,
mess up. Just tell me what you want."
or you can
Or
try it
like,
like,
or
hey, my friend is buying a console for their kid, like my colleague. What would you recommend? Or like, what is it that sounds like the one
well,
you wanted,
okay.
right? You can
That's
you can
that
go
could
like that.
mislead you though,
Sorry.
because that could mislead you because that person could ask, okay, what games is he playing, or she, you know? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I would recommend to ask straight away, or if you want to be a little bit sneaky, just look what games they're into, what maybe they have they have previous generation of that console. So just look at that. If they want, maybe if they have PlayStation 4, maybe they might want a PS5. If they
Or
have Nintendo
sometimes
Wii,
they might
they would like
want,
to have Switch.
yeah, sometimes they want to make a jump to a different manufacturer. A lot of people
Yeah,
does that, and I
yeah,
would say
yeah.
like
But
pay.
so I would say that's why ask. Like ask right away. Don't hesitate to ask him because yeah, you're gonna mess up if you're not gonna ask. If you're not a gamer, you don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna mess up. And as Mato said, it's better for them to know what you get in them than to mess up.
Yes. Or like if you really want to have a surprise and you and they won't mind waiting, you can even like give them a voucher to console of your choosing. Like that's, I would
Yeah,
say, not the best option, but still an option. But I would say also
yeah,
pay attention to them. Like maybe even try talking to them about it because they
yeah.
gamers can get passionate about it, and if you talk with them about it,
Hmm.
like, hey, I have seen in the
Yeah.
news this console, what do you think about it, whatever, they may
Mm.
start
Mm.
talking about the stuff they're passionate about, the games, and that
Mm.
might help you a bit. Also, you may ask around their friends or people
Yeah.
who they spend their time around and they talk about
Yeah.
this stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Just
like
just one
obvious.
thing. Just one thing. Uh, one thing that should be a no-no. One thing that you should not definitely not do is if you buy a new console, don't throw away the old one
Yes.
because the person will gonna hate you for that.
I
Because
mean,
some of the not every time, but like some of the games on the newer consoles you cannot play on the old ones. Well, now with the backwards compatibility on the major platforms, it's good. But for example, uh, you know, if you, when we talk about Nintendo, like you cannot play Switch games on Wii U
yeah,
or
because
Wii, you know,
yeah, the
like because there's no,
Wii games on the Switch, and you
yeah,
cannot play all
it's not
for,
just Nintendo, you know.
yeah, it's like honestly with the backwards compatibility, sometimes it's reserved for the very early batch of consoles, so like only the
Yeah,
first year of the console they make the backwards compatible models. But with throwing
yeah,
out, just leave it to the person who owns the console. So if you have
yeah,
one,
exactly.
they say, hey,
That's,
like, you have a new
yeah,
console, how about we get rid of the old one? And he will say, well, the new one doesn't have all the games or something.
yeah.
But
It should be a
as time
no-brainer. You should never
progresses,
throw. No, no, no,
just
no. Sorry,
finish, then
sorry
I
to
will
interrupt.
let you talk, I guess,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. You should maybe after time you will get more games for new ones, and they will not play on it. But you can ask them, for example, donate to a friend, or in to like a charity or a hospital. There's
Mm,
the what's it called, for the house for the orphans. There are many ways where
yeah.
the old console can still do good. So as Michael said,
Yeah.
never throw it out, please.
Yeah, yeah. It should be a no-brainer because like never like why would you touch other person's stuff?
And why would
Like
you
I
throw away a
saw this.
perfectly working console?
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw this video of it was really stupid. Uh, this girl came to the guy's room. It was obviously his girlfriend. Came to his PS4, smashed it to pieces. Obviously, he got really mad. And then she revealed, "Hey, I got a PS5 for you," and he was happy. But I would be like to me, it was angry. Like the PS4 was still, as you said, still functioning, working console.
And what if
But
he
now he
didn't
can
have
have,
his saves backed up?
yeah, exactly. Like what the frick? Like I would be super mad if my wife would do that. Like, and she knows, like, hey, like don't touch my stuff. Like it's just my stuff. Like, whoa, you know. Just respect the other person wishes, and yeah, do some research. That's the most important thing, I would say. Do research if you want to invest into that person and really want to surprise them and show them love. Do some research.
Yes, absolutely. It's like the best thing. And if it's like you want something for little kids and they
Mm,
don't have anything yet and they don't have preference, there are some options. So I would say if you want to
yeah.
something for your family, even though it's an older
Mm,
console, the Switch is still kind of the best options when it comes to family games, because you have games like
yeah.
Mario games, you have motion controlled games, you have like Mario Party, you have Mario Kart, which is
Mm,
fun for like everyone. You have Just Dance and stuff.
yeah.
So if it's like the first console for little kids, I mean, please be careful when you start gaming with your kids, because it's that's also topic for another day. We keep saying that a lot,
Topic for another
but
day.
the PEGI rating, or like the game ratings, are there for
Yeah.
a reason. Their recommendation at
Yeah.
which age they should play the game. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
so on Switch you can definitely buy some 18 plus games, so don't buy them for the kids. So yeah, that's definitely a
Yeah.
console for
But
the
yeah, I would say to
family.
that, like, obviously that's like a general rule, but also like you need to also know your child about that. Some children are ready to play some of those games. Like I'm not saying everyone is, and I'm not saying that every like person should like play God of War or something like that, or Last of Us Part Two. Definitely not. Uh, but just be vigilant. Know what your kid is capable of handling, and don't just cut off stuff just because, oh, this, you're too small for that. But look at the mentality of your child. Can they handle it? Or is it gonna affect them badly? So just think, just do
And
thinking,
do
do
some
researching.
research.
And yeah, yeah, the research about, like, when you buy a game, the research is the it should be, again, no brainer. Like, especially if you're not a gamer and you don't know anything, do some research. First of all, what the person likes to play. Second of all, okay, what is he expecting, some kind of a game, but you know he wants it or she wants it. And also with the children, yeah, as Marta said, like there's PEGI rating, there's what is in other countries they have different ratings.
ESRB.
And also, like, what do you want your child to play? Like, you can somehow like limit it, obviously. Like, if you're not that liberal in a way of hey, my child can handle it, let's see what happens. But if you want to kind of control what your child is consuming, uh it's okay to just do some research. Hey, what's that? Someone should do that's maybe a good good like a segment for us, like a side segment for us, recommendation for non-gamers.
I thought you were gonna
You know,
say
do like
current game reviews, but hey, that one's cool
or
too.
or that like each of those, like we can do those segments. You know, like like parents asking, hey, like, can I? Is this game good for my child? It's like, hey, you should probably not. You shouldn't. You know, never mind. I'm getting off topic. It just might be interesting.
Yeah, but like I think you were getting to another point. I guess we don't need to walk around the buying of the consoles that much, but yeah,
Mm,
that's definitely, as we said, to summarize it a little. Just be mindful of what the gifted person is into, what they like. If you don't
hmm.
know and you have no way of finding out, just ask them straight. It's probably
Yeah,
better than buying them something they
yeah,
will not like, especially with the teenagers, because they
yeah.
can get really into one thing. And with the gaming, Microsoft had a nice post on their Twitter actually, like whatever platform you're playing is not as important as playing with friends. So if
Mm,
they have friends that have PlayStation, then it might be better idea to get them PlayStation, because they will be
mm,
able to play the games with their friends online, because not all
mm.
games, I mean there are a lot more, but not all games support multiplayer between different platforms. So
Yeah,
that's why it's
true.
important knowing what the person
Yeah.
wants, because it can kind of ruin it, like, yeah, I have this one but I cannot play. But as we said, games like for example, what comes off top of my head, Minecraft supports a crossplay between computer, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure about the PlayStation actually right now, because I know they were kind of against
I have no
crossplay at the
idea.
time. So I'm not sure. I think
I
it
have no
is now,
idea.
but yeah, definitely
Mm.
there are multiple platforms. So don't take me up on that. Look it up if you want to
Yeah,
buy
you
the
just
Minecraft.
again do research. Yeah. Also, like if you really don't know and you don't want to do any research, just give them the money, or just
That's
go
the
with
next
them
point.
to
A
buy
voucher.
the.
You
Yeah.
can give them like a voucher for either a game, or like
Mm.
hey, I will buy you a game, or you can do
Yeah.
it a voucher for a store. There's even
Yeah.
if you have PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo,
Mm.
or computer with Steam, you can buy them a
Mm.
voucher for like 20, 50, 60, 70 euros, whatever,
Mm.
which can be
Mm.
combined usually. So you can give them
Yeah.
the store credit, they
True.
can buy digital, or you can give them voucher for your local electronics or game shop. Like these exist too.
Yeah.
They have their
Exactly.
own vouchers
Yeah.
that works too. That's
Well, there are also like online shops too that gives away vouchers too.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
like
Like you actually have a lot of great options, even if you are not able
yeah,
to put the time into the research. And a lot of these are great. Like
exactly.
getting money for
Yeah.
Steam to buy games, that's an awesome thing.
Yeah. There's also like a lot of these, like they have like electronic wallets. For example, Steam has like Steam Wallet where you can actually like put the money in and uh the person can buy whatever they want. So yeah.
Yeah, and as Mikhail said, a lot of stores, on online stores, even like a Humble store, have it, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of options in that area. Just
Yeah, just do
all you
some
need to
like
find out,
seriously, just do some Googling.
yeah. But yes, having, receiving, or gifting someone a physical copy, that can be much
Mm-hmm.
more impactful, for example, than a piece of paper with download code, especially
With
if
code.
your
Yeah.
internet connection is bad. So if you want to gift
Yeah.
someone,
Well, that depends. That depends. Like what, like if they're a console player, then yes. For PC gamers, it's kind
yeah,
of obsolete these
I mean,
days.
you can still sometimes get games on PC on disc, but yes, it's getting more and more rare. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, my
that's
my computer doesn't have
CD.
CD or DVD-ROM,
And
so
that leads
yeah.
exactly to my point. Just once again, before buying that, make sure that they can actually play the game. It's
Yeah,
not just important for which
that's true.
platform the game is. Like, if they have PlayStation,
Mm,
they will not want an Xbox version of Assassin's Creed
mm,
because the
yeah,
PlayStation will not play it. But they
yeah,
have the diskless version of the console or computer without a
yeah,
disk drive, they will once
yeah.
again will not be able to play it. So that is
There's
very
plenty of
very important.
pictures. There's plenty of pictures of kids holding a Xbox game, and on the other and in the other hand having a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, there are many pictures with different combinations of platforms and stuff, or like
Yeah,
someone
exactly.
making a video about how he got a game on disc for his diskless console, disk drive less.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that's
Sad.
like a lot of this comes to like doing your research. If but I mean, if you already bought a several games on disc for your kid or that special someone,
Mm,
and you see the boxes, I guess it's likely that it has not changed. So
yeah,
yeah, that's a thing to watch out for.
yeah,
And
true.
also a quick note: if you have slow internet, uh, and you buying on disc because of that, very very important thing. Some games only come with a download code in a box, so check that. If
Yeah,
there is
yeah,
download code only on the box, that means you will still have to download the full game.
yeah,
There's a quick tip for experienced gamers about games.
yeah.
But like, if you don't know what games and they don't give you the general idea, there, I guess I would recommend going into the game store.
Mm,
Either if it's a physical store, just ask the store employee. It might be good idea to take
mm,
a picture on your phone, for example, of what games
mm,
your your special person, which games they own. If it's your kid especially, just take a picture of which games you have and show it to them so
mm.
that they can not sell you something they already have, and just talk to them.
Yeah,
And the same goes for online
yeah.
stores. Just search for the most popular
Mm,
compared to what you already have, because honestly, it like it is kind of sad, but this world, our society, is driven by what's currently popular, not always what's best.
mm.
But in the
Yeah,
games, if they're popular,
true.
that means they usually have a lot of support, lot of stuff. And honestly, like, in games, usually not always, but very often they're popular because they had some qualities. So
Yeah, there's also a lot of like YouTube channels to like recommend. They're recommending games for like certain players. Uh, like usually like they're like video game channels that are just like, hey, Christmas is near, so here's like the best recommend games for this type of a player, or they just list the best games that came out this year and just say, hey, this is something worth playing. Your special person might be interested in that. So,
yeah,
uh, again, like comes down to again research, research, research. I'm gonna say it 3 times because like it's really important because again you're gonna avoid some what's the word for it, some not very
disappointment.
nice situation, disappointment, yeah, and just
It might not always be disappointment, but kind of like
I'm
they
looking
might
for
not be
specific
that
word.
psyched about the game
So yeah, yeah, but like it that
or the
you
gift.
can also avoid some embarrassment, because the child be like, wait, this is not what I wanted, or why you didn't ask me, and
Yes.
you save yourself the energy and yeah,
Yeah,
you're not gonna
100%.
ruin anyone's birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I have a point for you said some YouTubers do specific guides or recommendations. It's best if you check the ones that are local to you, because the prices, what's available, varies country to country. Unfortunately,
Okay.
in 21st century, there can still be huge differences between regions. So
Yeah,
it's good
especially
to
like Europe and US. It's a big
yeah,
difference
and it
sometimes.
can even vary between European countries
Yeah,
sometimes. So
yeah, but
it's
usually when they do these kind of recommendations, they don't even say price. They just say what game. Like I'm not saying hey, I haven't seen a
yeah.
channel who did like hey this is the best game you can buy for your spouse or whatever, and it's cost this. I never seen a channel do that because I think that's bad. I would not do that because if you want to invest in your partner, money should not be an issue.
Yeah,
I mean, if you don't have the money for it, then like buy them something else.
yeah, and we have some other
It
tips
can
for
be,
that too.
yeah.
Maybe I guess we
Go
can
on.
leave and go for these other tips. What do you say? If you,
Uh,
or do you want to still
no, no,
keep
go for
talking
it.
about the game recommendations or how to select a
Oh no,
game?
we can. No, we can move on from that.
Yeah, so I guess that's a nice. We can move nicely to the next part, which is other stuff that gamers might want, because apart from the console, the hardware, the games, there are a lot of games that gamers can appreciate as a gift, especially if you're on a budget. There are several great options you can give to, for example, your brother, younger brother. You want to give him a gift. Yeah, you have great options actually, because one thing that we gamers love, apart from our games, is showing our support for these games. So, what best to show your support for a game other than with gaming merch? Yeah, you can have
Yes.
hoodies, t-shirts, cups, um, like a beanie or
Backpacks.
cap. Yeah,
Yeah,
notebooks,
there's
mouse
a lot of
pads.
stuff around.
There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of stuff.
Statues. Statues.
Yeah,
Statues are a big hit.
yeah, like
LPs.
collectible figurines, and
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
even
Just
books.
merch and collectibles. Yeah,
That there's a quick tip if
yeah,
you're a parent and you think your children is not reading enough. They're really into some game series. Some game series have great books. For example, Halo books are awesome stories. There are Assassin's Creed
yeah.
books. Which series
And
have good
they're
books?
Tom Clancy's. Tom
Yeah, Tom
Clancy's.
Clancy has books. There's actually quite a lot. I cannot recall all of them from the top of my head,
Yeah,
but there are
yeah,
a lot of game series that have awesome books. So that's
yeah,
actually a way to get someone into reading reading to
yeah,
give him a book of his favorite series.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like also again, do research because
Mm.
you might buy something that the player like kind of like me that goes like yeah that's like I guess that's cool, but you could have got me instead of this uh instead of this FIFA shirt you could have got me like I don't know
NHL.
Call of Duty backpack or something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
just
as we
just
said,
ask just
research.
ask and observe what the person is like excited about recently.
Yeah, but I guess it can be sometimes quite easy if they talk about it a lot
Yeah,
or they know.
yeah,
And for the merch, it's even easier to figure out what they like. Like it's you don't have
yeah,
to be Captain Obvious. You don't have to say,
yeah,
"Hey, I want to buy a console," because with the merch, it's not that huge investment, unlike buying a gaming
yeah,
hardware.
yeah,
But it still can have a lot of impact, because honestly, like I keep saying it to a lot of my friends and family that if they don't know what to give
mm,
me, here is a list of series I like. Get me some merch or
mm,
whatever. I love that
yeah,
because they show support, and there's a lot of variety of options. We gamers usually don't love only one game, but a whole lot of them. So
yeah,
there's a wide selection. Uh, for example, like to have. I'm actually about to buy because my old Overwatch cup is getting retired because it's kind of faded, and I'm not into Overwatch anymore because it sucks now. So I'm thinking about getting a cup that I could actually take for work, because I
yeah,
wasn't even having my old one in the work because it was meh.
yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
faded, so I only
Yeah.
using it at home. But
Mm.
that's something that can be nice, for example, for Working Dead, to give him a cup with his like favorite series,
Yeah.
or a game you
That's
like to
that's
play
that's
as a family.
yeah. Yeah. If you have a game dev in your family, get them some kind of a merch, because or something like collectible, like a cup, like a statue. And sometimes like you don't want that, like you don't like it to have it to been in the house, so they usually take it to work because they like to flex it in front of everyone else. So they're gonna put the huge God of War statue uh, to, on their desk at work, and they're gonna flex it on everyone. So that can make because not everyone is again, just not everyone is collector, right? Not everyone appreciates statues or cups or anything like.
But
Uh,
everyone wears T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. T-shirts, hoodies, caps, boots,
Notebooks,
backpacks.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just tons of stuff that you can choose from, and um,
And
yeah, just
actually
ask away.
bring a lot of joy and smiles. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's 100%. Um, I want to add something, and I totally forgot what I wanted to say. Sorry. Maybe I will
That's okay,
remember
I guess.
soon. But in terms of figurines, there's sometimes like a functional ones. For example, the Nintendo has the amiibo figurines. There are games with toys to life mechanics, but that's something
Mm,
that's worth a research.
mm,
But I guess you will probably know if they have a game that support it. You will likely know and be
yeah,
aware of what might be worth getting for them. Which is, by the way,
yeah.
not the point I wanted to say, but
It's
oh yeah. Oh, my
okay.
point is that some games actually have a really nice recreations of the in-game items. So we mentioned
That's true.
stuff like cups, which I mean, there's actually like a satisfactory cup, the replica of the in-game cup or coffee mug
Yeah,
or whatever. But there are
yeah,
replicas, for example, of Michal's favorite games, favorite character, favorite sword. I mean that these are more
yeah.
on
I
the
know that.
pricey side, but you can get
I
like a
know.
replica sword,
There's
stuff
there's
like that.
company in even there's company in Czech Republic that actually doesn't do like fake swords, because sometimes these swords are not really good quality. But there's company that does it very well in Czech Republic, and I've been eyeing that sword for like 2 years now, and I'm like, it's so expensive though. I'm like,
Yeah,
it would
these
look
real
good so
swords
on my wall though.
so nice. Like I've seen
Yeah,
replicas of like Aragorn's sword. Man, these look
yeah,
so good.
yeah. They look really good.
And there are like more weapons and items from the games that have their real life replicas, and they
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
really sweet,
exactly.
look really good. Like honestly, with the swords, for example, who of us gamers wouldn't want to have like Geralt's sword, for example, if we were
Oh
talking about
yeah.
that one,
Oh
hanging
yeah.
on top of like a fireplace or the door? Man, that would be so sweet.
Oh, that would be so amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's
there's
true.
even stuff like that for us crazy folk. But there's other
Yeah,
stuff that kind of overlap with other hobbies. So we both like to play
yeah,
D&D, and you have a
yeah.
D&D dice branded with some of the other
Oh yeah.
series.
It's so
You have
it's
girl,
so
oh
easy
like not
to.
girls, like Vesemir or like Witcher dice for D&D, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So like for D&D players or for Magica players, it's so easy to give them gifts. Honestly, especially if they're just players, not DM. DM can be a little bit difficult.
But
But
there's always room for
uh,
more dice. That's a secret
yeah,
of D&D players.
exactly, exactly.
There's
Like,
never too
yeah,
many
I
dice.
I think, yeah, exactly, exactly. I have so much dice. I have like what, 9 sets now or something like that. So yeah, like uh basically with D&D you cannot go wrong.
Yeah,
And
but
if you
like
want to invest like bit more pricey, like you want to surprise, give them like good dice. I mean, like a metal dice. Like those are pretty.
that's
Uh,
nice.
yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, so there's like a so it's like once again this category is more like overlap with other hobbies because we gamers usually
Mm,
don't do just games, so you can
yeah,
you
there's
can give like a
there's a lot of
gaming branded stuff or like game stuff that's usable in other hobbies.
yeah.
One thing that just straight came up to my head right now is like stickers for your stuff, or like the bumper sticker for a car that can be from racing games actually, and it may actually look pretty cool. I've seen some of them, and like if those are cool, they
Yeah,
can look really fun.
I
Uh,
I had stickers for from Call of Juarez, but they were so bad. Like not just what they were saying was really bad. I was like, I cannot have that. Like,
yeah, and there's actually that's the category goes even further, and you can give
mm,
like gift experience, so or
mm,
hobbies picked up from games. We
yeah,
recently were in an interview on Radio 7, which is like Czech Christian radio, and I mentioned that
mm,
I know someone who played Life is Strange and got interested in instant photography because the main character shoots on Polaroid, and
mm.
actually bought a Polaroid because of that and started shooting pictures. So there can
Yeah,
be not only
that's
that,
true.
but if someone's
Yeah, just
really
be
in
careful what kind of a game they're playing. Like if they're playing like Call of Duty, you don't have to necessarily buy them a gun or
yeah,
something.
but you can buy them airsoft gun, or you can buy them a
Yeah, that's
visit to
true.
the shooting range, and that can be
That's true.
very interesting experience for
That's
someone
true.
who never shot a real weapon. Or if someone's really into flight simulator, you can buy them like a flight lesson. Or some
What
people
would you?
who are into like the what's it called, like if you jump from the plane with a parachute, what's it called anyway,
Paragliding?
that I guess. But you may give like a tandem jump from the
Yeah,
plane,
tandem
or
job. Yeah,
even like if it's like a grown person, you can give him a course where they can have their own parachuting or whatever. I don't know if it's a license, but they
experience.
can do
Yeah,
a course that they can later do these jumps on their own, and that can be
yeah.
really cool experience for someone who's been doing this stuff in game
Just
to now be
just out
able
of
to do it in
curious.
real life.
It's true. How just out of curiosity, just out of pure curiosity, what would you give to a player who really enjoys horror games, who really enjoys like Amnesia, Outlast? Like, what would you give such a player?
Oh,
Like, I'm talking content. Like, I'm talking about non-gaming content. Like you said,
yeah,
like
yeah. I was wanting
parachute
to say
jump
like
or
a piss bucket, but if they enjoy it, I guess they don't need it.
uh,
um
maybe there are like horror, probably maybe like a horror escape rooms or something like that.
that's actually a
That could be
great idea,
interesting.
yeah. that
And there's a
that's
lot of like uh stylized like escape rooms. I saw Star Wars one. I saw I think they did one for The Last of Us somewhere.
hmm.
But yeah, like you just just do some research and do like and it's something that also like something like that you can also enjoy it with them, you know.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, we can experience it together.
Yeah, there's one thing that also comes to mind, the VR experience, because
Mm.
VR can be very expensive to own. So if that's someone who
Yeah,
don't own a VR headset,
yeah.
a VR
VR
capable
is so
machine,
expensive.
you can get them some places. It depends, once again, country to country. But for example, here in Prague, we have some places, some options that
Mm.
you can
Yeah.
go to, like a similar to escape room experience, or and with a VR headset or some like special VR experiences. Like you get a backpack with a computer, a headset, and you can visit a place that does not
Yeah,
exist. And in the VR, it looks really cool. And
yeah,
once
yeah,
again, you can do it
exactly.
together sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
100%, 100%.
these are some
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of ways to get the gift person who you love that enjoys video games. And also,
yeah.
as Mato said, like, it's not just about hobbies, but also like as gamers, we're nerds. Like we're nerds, so we don't just do games. We also do a lot of pop culture or anime. So do some research in that regard too. Like it might not be just a video game. Just maybe it might be something from his favorite or their favorite anime. It could be could
Just
be
spend some time with the person, and that might also be a great gift,
yeah,
and you will learn a
spend
lot of
some time.
content
Yeah,
from it. But
not just spend some time, but spend some time with them in that area that they like. First of all,
yeah.
first and foremost, you like they will love you for that. Honestly, like anytime my wife like just sits here with me and plays game with me, it's the best time we have.
Hmm,
I absolutely love it.
that's really
So
nice.
don't be afraid of kind of step in into their world. It's not gonna bite you usually, um, but yeah, don't be afraid to step in
Yeah, and some gamers
because
actually can be really nice and welcoming when their loved one wants to get into their favorite hobby.
yeah,
And there are
exactly.
similar games that are really great for newcomers. But I had
Yeah.
another idea for you if you're looking for that special non-gaming gift. And those are board games. They're actually licensed
Oh
board
yeah,
games of video games. There are games like
yeah.
Doom, Civilization, and more that have their own
The Witcher,
really cool board games.
The new Witcher board game is coming out pretty soon, or it came out already,
I mean,
and
like
I'm
for
eyeing it. I'm like, I need that.
I mean, for The Witcher, that's specific, like a little bit more specific because it's not just a game. It's like franchise that originated
Oh
from
yeah, but
books and
it's
stuff.
from
So,
CD Projekt Red. Like
oh,
it's
nice. No, I'm
from
just
CD
trying to.
Projekt Red.
What
So,
my point is that not that the board game would
but
be
yeah,
from the
yeah,
not from the game, but that's like some of these
yeah,
universes are expands way
yeah,
further than just video games. Like if someone
yeah,
likes Shadow
yeah,
of Mordor, Shadow of War, like I mean, Tolkien's universe is so big, so huge,
yeah. That's true.
and
But there's also Fallout Fallout board game. I
yeah,
heard it's pretty good.
there's like a
Yeah, there's
board
lots.
games. That's another like a rabbit hole of how much
Yeah,
goodies are there.
yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah,
that's we're kind of trying to give you some ideas, maybe what might be worth looking
yeah.
into when you're
Yeah,
giving
but
someone.
again, like I would maybe end this kind of just do research, ask the person, spend time with the person, and don't be afraid of it. Because if you are like afraid that you're gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up. It's better to just be as safe as possible and just do research, talk, spend time.
And a quick recommendation
That's like, all you can do.
for why how not to be afraid of messing up. A lot of online stores, I mean, at least here in Czech Republic, offer if you buy it during Christmas time. They have like a special, usually free but sometimes paid service that they guarantee that they
Mm,
will buy the thing back if
yeah,
the someone who is gifted it don't like it. So if
yeah,
you buy,
yeah,
even if it's a console and it's the wrong one, which can happen as we said, they will still
yeah.
give you money back for it,
Exchange it for you,
and you
or
can buy
exchange
the
it
other
for the
one.
right. Yeah, or just straight exchange it
Yeah,
for the
just be
right.
mindful of the fine print, read the terms. Like sometimes it's they
Yeah,
will give you
exactly.
money back, sometimes is that they will give
Yeah,
you a voucher for the store, but
but
be
usually
mindful
during the
that
Christmas
usually in the
season.
terms you must not open the box.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like also during the Christmas season. like those stores are usually more open to that. But again, like as Mato said, like research that, read the terms, ask at the store if you're buying it at the actual store, at Stone Store. Just ask the people there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, us.
Yay! High five. Actually, I think we
Good job.
might maybe touch a little on the like hardware and accessories. Once again,
Mm.
here is very important the research, but like for computer, there's this whole specific level, and there is
Oh yeah, it's like
very
it's
important to
complicated. Yeah.
either be sure or asking the person like you can even buy a component that will change their world. Like if you buy them a new GPU,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But you have stuff like mice. Yeah, here is my mice. It's actually the more on a budget side, but actually quite decent. It's the Logitech
Mm.
G203 Lightsync, which is a great
Mm.
mouse for the money. You have gaming keyboards
Mm.
with RGB, mouse pads, even a new
Mm.
controller so that they could play with brother
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just a quick
Or like,
note,
but
really important research, especially in this area.
yeah, especially on a PC,
Yes.
especially on a PC, because like if you buying a wrong hardware, something that the player's computer cannot take, like
DDR5
X,
RAM
you
instead
might.
of DDR4.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
DDR5 is
definitely.
like
But
the newer, the
people knows what
better,
that means.
but if your motherboard is older, then no dice. You will not be able to run it.
Okay, just yeah, that's an example that not many people will get, but just do some research. Just ask like, hey, what I would like if, with this, like I would really be straightforward and ask.
Hmm.
Like surprise, like trust me, like surprising might not be a good way in this regard because you might buy something that they cannot even put into their computer because it
Hmm.
might wreck it or it might not work at all. So I would like when it comes to hardware and you don't know, you just have no idea, like if it be actually compatible with the hardware that they already have, just it's better to ask. It's just better to say, hey, I would love to buy you a new GPU. What can we buy? Or just like straight away just give them money for it,
Hmm.
because you will avoid of spending a lot of money because hardware, especially in Europe, is much more expensive than in US. So you're gonna avoid spending a lot of money unnecessarily, and you also will not, wreck their computer.
Yeah, but if you're like wanting to buy a new computer, there's a good way to usually don't need to do the research with the person, because if you have a set
Mm,
budget, that's like important thing, and
mm,
be prepared that
yeah.
computers are
Mm,
not very cheap. And it's not just that, like, not everything in Europe is way more expensive. Like it depends, some things are more expensive, some don't. But yeah, the thing is that it's overall still expensive regardless of where you buy it. And
mm,
if you have a budget, then it's a good idea to ask someone from the community, or maybe if you have a gamer colleague, gamer friend, they might be able to build you or like find a build
mm,
PC for that special someone that will be best for the budget
mm,
for gaming. So
mm.
there's
True.
usually around, I actually, it warms my heart when I browse Reddit on a toilet and I see posts that someone joins like r/computers community and like, hey, I want to buy a computer for my teenage son to do gaming and I have this budget, and what would you
Yeah.
recommend? And the community, honestly, I think community
Um,
really loves like this, when like a parent wants to
oh yeah.
gift a gaming hardware to their kid. We as a
Yeah.
community love it. So um
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
awesome,
very true.
always warms my heart that this happens. So don't be afraid to ask in communities or even friends. As I said, you may have gaming colleagues.
Exactly.
The worst that can happen is that they will tell you, well, I don't know, or no, I cannot help you. But
Yeah. Exactly.
honestly,
Exactly.
honestly, I think a lot of us who are capable of helping on a mission like that will usually do, because we know the
Mm,
thrills of having like a great gaming time when we were kids, and like
yeah,
we would wish that
exactly.
to any kids to have a great gaming time. So
Yeah,
it's kind
exactly.
of like our weakness.
That's true.
Wouldn't you say?
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. All right. I think we kind of go into the end of this stream.
Yeah, I guess.
It's getting late.
It's getting like we kind of
It's getting
exhausted a lot of the stuff we wanted to talk about. Uh, but
yeah.
before we actually sign out, I want to
Mm,
uh, give something what we can look forward to, because there has been
yeah.
some great game releases recently, like we mentioned the Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the Alan Wake 2, and more. But there are games coming soon. I have, maybe Michal, you will add to it. I did some that
Yeah, I will.
from the list that I was interested in, at least a little, or they caught my attention. But we have
Mm,
stuff like Super Mario RPG coming to Switch November 17. On the same day,
mm,
Persona 5 Tactica, which is a spin off of the Persona 5 I
mhm,
talked about, coming to basically all the platforms, like last gen consoles, current gen consoles, Switch, PC. We have
mm,
Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, coming to Switch on December 1st, which is another
mm,
RPG game series spin off. We have indie games
mm.
Steam World Build coming to all major platforms the same day.
Mm.
And I have here the last game I have here, which might be interesting for some people, is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox
Yeah,
Series X and S.
nice.
What do you have, Michal?
Yeah, I heard some. Yeah, well, I would say that for the Switch owners, the Hogwarts Legacy is coming in November
Oh yeah,
14.
that's right.
So that's something for all anime fans, or mainly Naruto fans. Naruto Export to Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections is coming out in November 17. Um,
November 17 looking like a great day for gamers, huh?
yeah, yeah, looks like it. What else is coming? And uh, actually, like Nintendo Switch is getting a lot of games. In December 1st, actually, Batman Arkham Trilogy is coming
Oh
to
yes,
Switch.
the trilogy. Oh
Uh,
yeah, awesome.
yeah,
And these are
yeah,
from what I know. I
mm,
haven't played all of them, but from what I know, they are all
yeah,
great games. And actually, a lot of the features they have are kind of like not
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
how to say, they aged well. Ha, that's what I was trying to say.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. For all Warhammer fans, uh, Warhammer 4000 Rogue Trader is coming in this December 7 on uh, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. That's quite exciting. And yeah, obviously, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is coming November 10. So like I am kind of excited for that. Like I'm not like that like hardcore fan, but uh yeah, the just what else is there? I'm just thinking. Just looking at the list and looking like what could be interesting to someone. There are a lot of weird games that I never heard of.
Oh yeah,
uh,
there are a lot of games coming out. Obviously,
yeah,
this is like this the season of games, because the before
yeah,
Christmas there are the most game releases. So
yeah.
there will be a lot more than what we just mentioned, a whole lot more. And I
Oh
guess
yeah,
every
there's a
gamer
lot.
will have something they can look forward to, because
Yeah.
honestly, this year it has been great so far. When it comes to games, there have been a lot of
Mm,
awesome games coming this year. I have
mm,
always had something to play,
yeah.
and my backlog is great like super large even without all the new games. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but
So
there is
these are
more
the
coming
games.
and reasons to be excited for.
Yeah. This year is pretty solid. This
Hmm.
year is pretty solid for the games. I really wonder what's gonna get the game of the year.
Oh yeah,
There's
because
pretty
this
there's
actually
three strong, no, four strong competitors,
uh-huh.
and all of them like deserves it.
Yeah, we have been like it's
Wow.
I want to say that like this year, the game of the year is maybe like the strongest competition we ever had. I mean,
Yeah,
if we don't
it's gonna be very.
count 2004, but this is like the strongest competition we ever had for game of the year because there have been so
Yeah,
many great games that some of them
exactly.
won't even be nominated because they came only recently or will come out.
Yeah. When is the Game of the Year award? It's the Game Awards.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe we can Google that.
Game Awards 2023, December 7th.
Hmm. But it depends when
Okay.
they close the nominations and stuff. Sometimes they
Well,
do
that's when
have
the no, that's when
the event takes
uh
place, right?
the went.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, fun fact about that. It is likely that we will have some game announcement there. It happens very
Oh
often.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like they have to fill the time somehow, right?
That is
Yeah.
true.
It was funny on the last Game Awards, they like Christopher Judge won the award for the best voice actor, and he took so long with his speech. They they actually had to start playing music to get him off the stage.
Oh.
It was so funny.
Okay. That's fun though. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cute how he explained because like he never got like proper reward from it for anything,
Oh.
which I feel like that's ridiculous. So it was
Hmm.
like first reward and first time like for him to like uh like to give a speech. So he took his sweet time. It was so cute how they he took it.
That's really
Yeah,
nice.
but you know the Game Awards are a kind of they've been controversial. Let's be honest. Like it's just I just watch it for the pure spectacle and just to see like if they screw up or not. Uh, and yeah, I think I feel does not the Steam Awards like do the don't they the bring along the like the gamers vote for it, or how do they like
Yeah, yeah.
determine
But
they do?
Steam Awards, yeah, in Steam Awards, the Steam users vote or like the Steam community.
Yeah,
But they do have some
yeah,
special categories that other game awards usually don't have,
yeah. That's true. That's true.
which
That's
is
true.
actually quite nice and refreshing too. And I recommend
Yeah,
every Steam user to participate in that,
yeah.
especially if you
Maybe
played some games that fit within the criteria.
yeah. Maybe we could do like a list of a game of the year
I think, like,
for us.
honestly, I'm kind of counting on us doing like in maybe January episode when we
Yeah.
once again do our our favorite games of
Uh,
2023. I would really love to do
yeah.
that
Yeah.
because there
Let's
has
do
been
that
a
one.
lot.
Yeah. Like yeah. I'm interested what's gonna be coming out next year because honestly I have no idea what's coming out next year.
Hmm.
Uh, what was announced? What was
Like honestly, I
uh
for example wonder one game that has been announced for way too long. For I guess
mm,
as long as we have Switch, and it's Metroid Prime 4, which
mm,
is still nowhere near released, or like we don't know anything
yeah,
about that outside of like a
yeah.
couple of years back restart of the development, different studio handling it.
Mm,
So I guess we will see. There's also, I mean, don't take my word for it, it's just very likely that Nintendo will release a Switch successor because Switch has been released over 6 years ago. It's been in March
Is this that
2017.
long?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
for
that
crying out
old.
loud.
So, sorry.
Jeez.
So it's likely they will release a new console. So even in the next year, I guess we have some things to expect
Mm.
or look forward to, because it's very likely
Yeah,
they will,
jeez.
because it's been very long, but still they haven't told us anything. I mean, I wouldn't, because why would they cripple their game sales for the Switch? No, seriously, it's like it makes no sense doing that now.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure,
Oh yeah,
for
but
sure.
for next year, I have some stuff that caught my attention for like early next year. We
Yeah.
have stuff like the Persona 3 Reload. It's like I'm not sure if it's remaster or remake of Persona 3. There's
Mm.
the Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered coming to all platforms in February.
Yeah,
Which,
nice.
like, Tomb Raider is actually a really cool series. So
S-
we have Star Wars Dark Forces remaster coming to all platforms at the end
Yeah,
of February.
new Stalker is coming out
Oh
next
yeah, that one
year.
has been postponed too. Um,
Yeah.
and there's
Sona
the Princess
Saga
Peach
Hellblade.
Showtime, March 22.
Hellblade 2.
Oh yes, that's one
Hellblade
I'm
2
also
is coming
excited about.
out.
Yeah.
The continuation of the Final Fantasy remake.
Hmm.
What's it called? 7. Final Fantasy
All right.
7.
Yeah.
The like the second um the second side of it, or I don't know how to call it. And Hades 2 is coming out also next
Yeah.
year.
There's a. I would
So
say
there's a
there's a
like
whole lot more.
there's a lot of yeah,
So
there's a
like,
lot of games coming out next year, which we'll talk about
yeah, I
next
hope
time.
so. I hope we will have the time and the
Yeah.
budget to play them all.
I
Because,
doubt it,
like,
but
honestly, I a lot of the games that came out this year, I would still love to play, but it's just
mm,
impossible to like have time for them all and even buy them all,
yeah, that's true.
because there was just too many. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're out there feeling like you don't have enough budget and time to play all of them, we feel you. We've been
Yeah.
there. I mean, we kind of are there, because
Yeah.
we are now responsible adults and we have to pay for food and place to live, which is something we
Yeah.
don't like paying for, but we have to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
it's
yeah, I guess with that we
let's
can kind of wrap it up
yeah.
for today.
Great ending. Great ending. All right, thank you so much for being with us here.
Yeah.
Either here on YouTube Live or later on from wherever you listen to.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, give us a follow, comment, uh,
Yeah,
review.
leave your opinion if you want to
Yeah,
expand on our debate. Add your
yeah,
two cents to the discussion. Feel free to do so. We would love to hear from you.
yeah,
What do you like? And
yeah,
maybe you will get, for example, some other recommendation for gamer gifts. Go for it. We would love to hear
yeah.
it,
Go
and I'm
for it.
sure the
Leave
rest of the
it. Yeah,
team would
leave it
too.
in the comments. Leave it in the comments, and also yeah, follow us obviously on our social media on Instagram and Facebook if you want to stay put on what we're doing. And we'll see you, I guess, on the next time.
Yeah,
Next
stay
time is going to
tuned
be
for.
regular.
Yeah,
Next time going to be a regular episode
yeah,
of
yeah. Very likely.
After Gamers.
Yeah, also let us know what you think about this live stream format. It's something we tried for the first time, and we really love to know
Yeah,
your opinion about that.
yeah.
And
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
stay tuned for future episode coming
Yeah,
in the future. Don't know the exact date, but in the future, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So
Shout out to Spinek in the chat who was with us commenting. Thank you so much. Thank you we're glad that it was fun for you, that you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you soon on our other live stream next time.
yeah,
It's
so
going to
don't
be in
forget.
December.
So don't forget that
You can always work. No.
That's the way I say it.
you can you can always game after work.
Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm Michael.
And I'm Matos.
And we are Afterwork Gamers. What is Afterwork Gamers? Well, it's just the two of us. Two nerdy Czech guys who like to fire up their gaming machines even after a long day of work. This podcast is our way to blow off some steam, share opinions and rant on video games and video games industry, and sometimes spice it up with a little bit of a pop culture.
You can listen to our podcast, of course, here on YouTube, sometimes with a video of us, but you can also listen to us on all major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and so much more.
And if you would like to see what's happening behind the scenes or be notified about the newest episode, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Be sure to also give us a comment under the post on our social media or here on YouTube. We would like to know your opinion on the stuff we talk about in the episode.
Yeah, we're really looking forward for you to listen to our podcast and share your opinion in the comment section.
And don't forget, you can always work after game.
No. Don't forget that you can always game after work.